I'm Blythe, and this is Delphine. Delphine is the female main character of my fantasy romance, Mistress and Mage, which has been acquired by Five Prince Publishing and will be out next year. I've actually just received the document with all of the editor's notes from the first pass of editing, which made me realize that even though fantasy authors talk a lot about avoiding the dreaded infodump, we also have to be careful about not going too far in the other direction and having the info drought. And this goes back to some of my recent videos where I was talking about how not everyone has the same context for fantasy that people who've been reading it since they were very small and have had volumes and volumes of high fantasy literature in their background. So things that we assume someone might be able to picture as an author because we know our story and we know our world, and because we're very familiar with other high fantasy stories and worlds, does not mean that any particular reader in our audience has that context. They certainly don't have the context of our characters, our worlds, and our magic system. And on top of that, they may not have the context that we're drawing on from other fantasy sources. So, in my effort to not infodump, I did a little bit of info droughting and did not give enough information early enough in the book on both setting and on my magical system, which is admittedly a bit more complex than any other one that I have written. So it was a bit of a challenge to start with. I've done short stories with it, but short stories always lean towards being much more skimpy on the details of anything. Whereas in a novel, I've got the time, I've got the space. So I need to relax and let myself take the time and space to explain things in a way that is still engaging and clear to the reader, because that's the author's job, is to make sure that the story is clear and engaging to their readers, no matter what the story is and who their reader happens to be. So that's what I'm going to be working on soon, is that first round of edits and getting that sent back to the publisher and editor so they can do their second pass and let me know what else I need to do to improve it. Keep an eye on my space, follow and like if you want to hear more about the world, about Delphine, and about her love interest.